Good afternoon, students. Am I audible to each and everyone? Yes, am I audible to each and everyone? Yeah, the PPT is being visible to you clearly. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so up to now, okay, so already we had started the chapter number 3. Okay, so in the chapter number 3, okay, we had a discussion regarding the operators and what are all the different types of the operators. We had a discussion. Okay, we had discussed regarding the arithmetic operators also. Okay, we had discussed regarding the comparison operators, assignment operators, okay, bitwise operators, logical operators, okay, and then here the membership operators also we had discussed. Okay, so what we will be looking in this today's class. Okay, so in the today's class we will be looking into this, that is the control statements here. Okay, we will be having a look into this, that is the control statement. Okay, so for what purpose the control statements are going to be used here? Okay, so here in the today's class we will be dealing with that is the if else. Okay, we will be dealing with the if else if. First of all, we in today's class we will be looking into the, that is what do you mean by the if statements. Okay, and then afterwards we will be looking into that what do you mean by the if else statements, and then we will be moving into the nested if. Okay, and then we will be looking into the examples for each and every, okay, the statement. Okay, for if statement, if else statement, and then the nested if statement also we will be having a look into this today's class. So I request each and every student to be very much attentive so that you can easily understand this particular concept. Okay, which is very, very important. Okay, now here first of all we'll begin with the if statement here. Okay, so here what is the syntax? First of all, in any of the programming language, okay, should be familiar with the syntax. Okay, you should be familiar with the syntax, then only you can easily understand the programming part. Okay, so here what is the syntax here means? Here the syntax here is that the if, okay, the expression here you can notice here is that if expression, okay, and then here if space expression and then colon, then inside this expression colon we can use the statement here. Okay, we can specify the statement. So this is what is the syntax. See, already we had seen the if statement even in a Java also and even in the C programming language also. Okay, so here before learning this particular Python programming language, in Java you have noticed that the syntax was if the condition and then statement 1, statement 2, so on up to the statement n. Okay, so if the condition will be true means then only the statement will be executed, right? So similarly here, if the expression is nothing but a what means, here we are going to specify the conditions. Okay, so here in the expressions, okay, what we will be doing, okay, we will be specifying the conditions. Okay, here we are going to specify the conditions. Okay, here in the expressions we are going to specify the conditions. Okay, so if that condition will be true means, or if that condition holds good means, then only. Okay, so what you need to understand here is that if expression here, expression is nothing but a what here, the condition. Okay, so here if this condition is true, okay, so if the condition is true then only the statement will be executed, otherwise the statement will not gonna be executed at all. So we are only talking about now about the if statement. So here what do you mean by the if statement means? Here in the if statement, if the expression, okay, whatever that we are going to write, okay, that is if the condition is going to be satisfied, then only the statement that are being present, okay, inside the if statement are going to be executed at all. Okay, now we will be looking into the one example for the if statement. Okay, now here in this particular example, okay, in this particular slide, what I have specified means Here I have taken the variable 1 value, that is 100. I have assigned the 100 value to the variable here. Okay, that is, you can notice here is that I have assigned, okay, you can clearly notice here is that, okay, that is I have assigned the value 100, okay, to the variable 1 here. Okay, 100 is going to be assigned to the variable 1 here. Okay, and then in, so what is the syntax for the if statement? Okay, probably now you realized that what is the syntax. That is, what is the syntax means, if space expression colon. Okay, now you can notice here is that I have used the if statement here, then I have provided the space there. Okay, and then here in the expression here I am using it as the variable 1 here. Okay, here the expression is nothing but a variable 1 here. Okay, and then I am inside this particular expression, what I am doing, I am printing the, that is, true expression value. Okay, and then I will be printing the value of the variable 1 here. Now what you understood here is that means only in the if statement, only in the if statement, okay, that is if the expression is going to be satisfied, it means that if the variable value is 100, then only the statement will be executed, otherwise the statement will not going to be executed. Okay, so here now we can also notice here in the one more example here. Okay, that is variable 2 equal to 0. Okay, I have assigned the variable 2 value as a 0 here. Then I will be using the if statement. So what is the syntax for the if statement? That is if space expression colon. Okay, so here you can notice here is that I have used, that is if here. Okay, you can notice here is that, that is I have specified if here, and then here space. Okay, that is the variable name. That is the variable name I have specified, but the condition I have already been specified before that. Okay, that is variable 2, that is equal to 0. You can also specify like this also. Okay, if variable 2, okay, what the variable 2 value, it should be what, it should be, that is the 0 itself. Okay, so you can clearly notice, okay, that is here we have specified the variable 2 value equal to 0 here, and then if space variable 2 colon here, then I will be printing. So when the true expression value is going to be printed means when the variable 2 value is equal to what, 0. If the variable value is other than the 0 means then the statement will not going to be executed at all in the if statement. Okay, so that's what you need to understand. Okay, so here what you need to understand here in the if statement means if this expression is going to be the true. Okay, if this expression is going to be true, or in another words, if the condition is going to be satisfied, okay, then only the statements will be executed in the if statement. So here we have taken two examples here. Okay, in the first example I have specified the variable value as 100, then I am checking if the variable value is equal to 100, then I am printing what, the true expression value. Okay, but in the second example, if the variable value is equal to the 0 here, then uh, the true expression value. Okay, that's what I will be printing here. So these are the two different examples where the conditions or where the expressions, okay, are different. Here in the first example, the variable 1 value equal to 100, this is what is the expression. Okay, it means that if the variable value 1, okay, if the variable 1 value is equal to 100, then only, okay, then only you will be getting the output as a true expression value. Okay, so if here if the variable is equal to 0, then only you will be getting the that is the true expression value here. So what do you mean by this, the if statement means here in the Python? Okay, so whenever I will be writing a program, okay, suppose I want, if the condition is going to be true, it means that here if time equal to 20, okay, then print, okay, Python programming class today. Okay, so that is what it means, that if the time is exactly 2:20, now if the time was exactly at the 2:20, you all logged in, right? That condition is has to be satisfied. Okay, if that condition has been satisfied, or if that expression is being satisfied, then only the statement will be executed. So when the Python programming class today got executed, it executed in the 2:20 itself, right? It was not being executed at morning 2:20. It was being executed at the 2:20 afternoon. So like that, the expression plays a vital role in the if statement. Okay, so here now what is the one drawback in the if statement? So what is the one drawback in the if statement here is that here you can notice here in this the syntax itself. Okay, that is here in this particular syntax we have here in this particular syntax, if the expression is going to be true itself, then only the statement will be executed. What if the expression becomes false? Then at that time what statement will be executed? Here we have not specified it clearly, right? So here in the if statement, what is the drawback of the if statement? Means if the condition is not gonna be satisfied, or if the condition is becomes false. Okay, so at that time, okay, so what are the statements that are gonna be executed? Okay, so which are all the statements that are gonna be executed? Here in the if statement, the clearly it is not being specified at all. Okay, so the drawback of the if statement, it will be overcome by the what? By the if else statement. This is very very important here. Okay, so the drawback of the if statement will be overcome by the if else statement. So now you can notice here, okay, in the if else statement here is that here if space expression here. Okay, so here the syntax remains same as that of the if expression here. That is if statement here. That is if space expression colon, then I will be using the statement yes here. Then in the else part, so here we have specified the else part. Else statement yes. It means what? Okay, why we are going for the else part here? So why we are going for the else part means this is very very important here. If the condition is true here, okay, so here let me clearly specify it. Okay, if the condition is true, okay, if the condition is true, okay, then then only the statement that are going to be present within the if statement will be executed. Then when the statement in the else part will be executed, okay, the statement in the else part will be executed when the condition is false. Okay, so when the condition is false, or when the expression is evaluated to be a false, okay, whatever the expression it might be, okay, okay, so here when the expression is evaluated to be a true, then only the statement that are going to be present within the if statement will be executed. Okay, so whenever the expression is going to be evaluated as a false means, then the else part will be executed. Okay, so here in this particular example, okay, here we have not specified the else part itself. Okay, you can clearly notice here in this particular example we have only used the if statement here, we have not used the else statement here. So that's why here both the examples, variable 1 equal to 100 and variable 2 equal to 0, both the examples are of a if statement here. We have not specified the else part. It means that if the variable 1 value is 100, then only you will be getting the true expression value. What about if the variable value is not 100? We have not clearly specified here. That is else part we have not specified in the if statement here. Okay, so here now we will be looking into this the example of the if else here. Okay, so here this is the example of the if else here. Now you can clearly notice here. Okay, that is this is an example of the if else here. So here in this if else, okay, so what I have specified means here, first of all let me take the first example here. Okay, so I will be explaining you the two examples so that you can clearly understand the concept of the if else. Okay, so here first of all I will be declaring the variable 1. Okay, I will be assigning the variable 1 value as a 100 here. So here what I did here, I have assigned the variable 1 value as a 100. Okay, and then what I will be doing here is that I will be using the if else statement. So what is the syntax for the if else means you know. Okay, that is here what is the syntax? If, okay, and then here space, then we will be writing a expression. Okay, we will be writing a expression here. Now here the expression what I'm writing here is that the variable 1 itself. Okay, then you might ask the question here is that, sir, where is the condition, sir, that we have specified in this example? See, obviously I have specified the condition that yes, the variable 1 value has to be equal to what, 100, right? I have specified here. I have specified the condition before itself. I need not specify it in the expression. Okay, so here what is important here is that yes, I have assigned the value 100 to the variable 1 here. Then I will be checking the condition if the variable 1, okay, if variable 1 means, okay, here the condition is going to be checked here. If the variable 1 value is equal to 100, then only you will be getting the output as that is the true expression value. What about if the variable value is not being 100? Suppose let us consider that if the variable value is 98 or if the variable value is 99. So at that time there should be something has to be displayed, right? Yes. What does that means? I will be that particular statement will be used, okay, will be specified in the else part here. Okay, so if the variable value is not being 100 or yet at that time, the else part will be executed. Okay, so here that is what is very important. Okay, so here you can notice here is that the else part is going to be executed. Okay, so is that clear to each and everyone here? Yes. So here this is what is this if else statement. Okay, here I have here in this first example I have taken the variable value as a 100 itself. Okay, now let us consider the another example here. Okay, so here in this another example, okay, what I am specifying here means I am specifying the variable 2 value as a variable 2 value equal to what, the 0. Means what? See here, if the variable value is equal to 0, then only the true expression value will be getting the as an output here. Okay, else if the value is other than the 0, then you will be getting the output as a false expression value. See, you need not by heart the things like as it is. Okay, even you can also write. Okay, so here you can also write a program on your own itself. See how we can specify means if variable 1 equal to 100 print, okay, that is ECA section is really good. Okay, else, okay, else, okay, print that ECA section is not good. Okay, here it means that what, here if the expression is going to be satisfied, then only the statement that are going to be present inside the if statement will be executed, or it will be else part will be executed. Okay, so is that clear to each and everyone about the if statement and then the if else statement? Yes. Yeah, each and every student. Okay, is that clear to you all that the what do you mean by the if statement? Okay, and then the what do you mean by the if else statement and even the example, is that clear to each and everyone? Yes. Yes, Supriya, is that clear to you all? Yes. Yes, Supriya, is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to others? Yes, I want a response from your side. Yes, is that clear, right? Did you are you understanding the concepts, right? Yeah, very good. Okay, so here now we had a discussion regarding the if and then the if else. Now what we will be having a discussion means we will be having a discussion regarding that. See here, in the if else statement, what was the thing here is that if the condition is true, then the statement within the if statement will be executed. If the condition is false, then the else part will be executed. What if there are more number of conditions that are gonna be has to be checked, right? So at that time what we will be using, or for what topic or for what technique we will be going means we will be going for the nested if here. Okay, so here what do you mean by the nested if? So here nested if means as the name itself suggests. Okay, so here nested if means if statement within a if statement are gonna be specified as the nested if. Okay, nested if means what? If statement. Okay, if statement, okay, within a if statement. Okay, if statement, okay, within a if statement. That is what is this nested if is all about. Okay, now we will be clearly having a look into this particular concept. Okay, so here, okay, now you clearly understood about the nested if. Okay, that is the if statement within a if statement is going to be termed as the nested if itself. Why we will be going for the nested if? What is the necessary of going for the nested if? It means that first of all we will be checking for the one condition. If that condition is being satisfied, then we will check for the few more conditions. Okay, so at that time we require the statements, that is one within the another. So at that time we will be going for the nested if. Okay, so here in this particular example, okay, let us consider here. Here I have taken the variable value as 100. Here you can notice here, first of all I have declared the variable value as 100. Then I am checking the condition here. Yes, here what I am doing here, I have specified the variable value as 100. Okay, and then I am checking the condition here in the if statement. If the variable value is less than 200, obviously the variable value, okay, here in this given example is obviously the less than 200. Why? Because since I have specified the variable value as 100. Okay, so then if I am checking it in the condition, that is in the if statement, if variable is less than 200 means obviously it is, then it is going to be printing the value that expression value is less than 200. Then one more I will check that, yes, obviously that the variable value is less than 200, but whether the variable value will be equal to 150. Okay, whether the variable value will be equal to 100, whether the variable value will be equal to 50, whether the variable value will be less than 50. See, there are so many conditions. You can also specify n number of conditions, whatever that you want. Okay, so here, now here in this if statement, now you can notice here, this is what is the main if statement. Within this one more if statement. Okay, it means that nested if statement within an if statement is going to be termed as the nested if. You can notice here this, you can notice here in this particular example. Okay, that is here. Okay, one if statement was there here. Okay, and then here one more if statement which is going to be embedded within the one if statement. Okay, but here in the first condition what I am checking here is that variable value is less than 200 I am checking. But here in the second if statement I am checking whether the variable value is equal to 150. Then what is the use of elif? This is very very important here. What is the use of this elif? Okay, so what is the use of this elif means? Suppose here you know about the else. Okay, so here if the condition is become false means then the else part statement will be executed. But what is this elif means? Suppose if we want to check more number of conditions. Okay, suppose if you want to check the more number of conditions, now you can notice here is that if the variable value equal to 150, here we are checking the variable value is equal to 150. Okay, this is what is one condition. Then another 2-3 conditions here I am checking, that whether the variable value is 100, whether the variable value is 15. At that time we require the elif. Okay, so elif is very very important, which is going to be used for checking the more number of, or for specifying the more number of conditions, okay, inside the if statement. Okay, now you can clearly notice here is that, okay, here what we have done here. Okay, here we have specified the variable value 100, and then I am checking the variable value less than 200, and then if variable equal to 150, 100, and then here less than 50. And then now we can notice here is that, yes, the last I have used, I have specified here as the else part. Okay, so here in this else part I have specified. So here what you, from this particular example, okay, what you are getting means, yes, we can use the if statement within an if statement. That's what we call as a call it as a nested if. Okay, and then even you also got to know that elif statement, okay, where we will be using, okay, to check the different types of the conditions. Okay, here in this particular examples I am checking whether the variable value equal to 100, whether the variable value is equal to 50, whether the variable value is less than 50. So these are the different kinds of conditions that I will be checking in this particular program. Okay, and then here else means couldn't find the true expression. Okay, so this is what is very important here. So how the execution takes place means first it will check if the variable is less than 200, then it will go for the if the it will check the condition variable is equal to 150, then it will check for variable equal to 150 less than, and then if nothing is being satisfied, then it will go for the else part. Okay, so that is what is the important of the nested if. Okay, and then here the if and else. Okay, so here now then one question, okay, what arises here is that, see here in this we have taken 2 3 lines right here in order to specify the if statement. Here you can notice here I have used one line number 1, and then the line number 3, so 3 lines I have used. Okay, so in order to specify the if statement, right? So can we do it in a single line? Okay, that is what is the very important thing. Okay, yes, we can do it in the single line itself. Now the question arises here is that what is the necessary? Okay, so what is the necessary of going for the single statement itself? Okay, so what is the necessary of going for the single statement means, so if we reduce the lines of codes, so here if we reduce, very important here. Okay, if we reduce the lines of codes. Okay, so here if we are going to reduce the lines of codes, okay, if we are going to reduce the lines of codes, then automatically the performance will be enhanced. Okay, so that is what is the thing you need to understand here. Performance will be enhanced. So in order to reduce the lines of codes, always whenever you will be writing any of the programming language, what you need to think here is that optimal lines of codes, optimal solution, that is what is your aim should be. Okay, so here what here whether I can write the if statement in a single line. Yes, I can write it in a single line. So if I could able to write it in a single line means I will be reducing the lines of codes here. So if I will be reducing the lines of codes, then the performance will be enhanced. So how come, sir, how come the performance will be enhanced means if you reduce the lines of codes, then okay, then the memory will be saved. If the memory will be saved means then automatically the performance will be enhanced. Okay, now how to write it in a single statement? Okay, so how to write it in a single statement means you can notice here if, okay, and then here expression equal to what is that here, 1 here. Okay, here you can notice here okay, here that I have specified the condition here. Okay, what condition I have specified means that is if the expression value, okay, is equal to 1, it means that if the expression value is equal to 1, then we need to print the value of the expression is 1 itself. So this is how we will be writing it in a single statement itself. Okay, so this is all about the what do you mean by the if statement, and then the if else statement, and then nested if. So in the tomorrow's class, okay, we will be looking into this, the what do you mean by the while loop statements, dual loop statements. So the trailer for the tomorrow's class, okay, that is tomorrow you will be having a discussion regarding the what do you mean by the while loop statements, and then the examples for the while loop statements we will be looking into that, and then we will be looking into the what are the infinite loops, and then we will be looking for the for loops and all. Okay, so in the tomorrow's class we will be looking into that all those concepts. Okay, so is everyone clear about what are all the things that are being dealt in the today's class? So here what are all the things that we had seen in the today's class means just a quick recap I will make here. First of all, we had a look into this, the if statement here, that is if space expression colon then the statement yes. Okay, so here if the expression okay, that is if the condition is going to be satisfied, if the expression is being evaluated to be a true, okay, then only the statement will be executed. What about this if else part? Okay, so if the expression is being evaluated to the true here, then only the statement within the if will be executed, otherwise the else part will be executed. Okay, and then we had seen an example also, okay, regarding this if else. Okay, so this is an example of the if else what we had looked in. Okay, and then even we had looked into the in today's class, that is what do you mean by the nested if. Okay, you can clearly notice here is that the if statement within a if statement is going to be termed as the nested if. Okay, and then how to write it in within a single statement. Okay, if expressions. Okay, so those are all the things that we had seen in the today's class. So any queries? Yes, each and everyone understood the today's concepts. Yes, yes, each and everyone understood the today's concepts. Yeah, yes, I want a response from your side. Yes, each and everyone understood the today's concepts. Yes, what about yeah, very good. You should be active. Okay. Whenever I will be asking any of the queries, you should be very much active. Okay. Now I will be taking an attendance. Okay. I request each and every student. Okay. Each and every student to be a very much attentive. Okay. So I will be taking now the attendance. Yes. In the meanwhile, can anyone of you could able to explain what are all the things that we had seen in the today's class? Yes, Monica, can you explain what are all the things that we had seen in the today's class? Yeah. Yes, can any one of you could able to explain what are all the things that we had seen in the today's class? Yes, I want a response from your side. Okay, now I will be calling out your roll calls. Okay, see when you should always give the response whenever I will be asking the queries. Okay. Yes, one, yeah, two, okay, three, four, five, six, seven, nine, 10, 11. Are you understanding the concepts? 13. Are you understanding the concepts? 14, 15, 16, 17. Are you understanding the concepts? 19. Yeah, Karthik, are you understanding the concepts? 21. Are you understanding the concepts? 22. Are you understanding the concepts, Pradvikesh? Yeah, 23. Are you understanding the concepts, Dhanush? 24. Mahesh, what about you? Are you understanding the concepts? 25. 27, 28. Are you understanding the concepts, Paninder? 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. Are you understanding the concepts? Okay, 35. Are you understanding the concepts? 36. 37. 38. 37 is present, right? Okay, are you understanding the concepts? Yeah, 38. Are you understanding the concepts? 39. Yeah, any difficulties in Python programming? 39. Any difficulties in Python programming? Are you facing any of the difficulties in the Python programming? Concepts are being understood, right? Yeah, 40. 41. Supriya, are you understanding the concepts? Yeah. 42. 43. 44. 44 is present. Yeah. 43. What about 43? Okay. Both of you are understanding the concepts. 45. 46. 47. 48. Yeah, Bharat Kumar, are you understanding the concepts? 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 61. 62. Okay. Yeah, 61. 62. 63. 64. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. Okay. Anyone who is being missed? Roll number 406. Okay. 4, 467. Okay. Yeah. Then, okay. Who is it? What? 472. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell. 4. Okay. 455 is already being done. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Yeah. Supriya, any one number? Yeah, that is being. Yeah, I will share that.